We're here live as always, starting a little bit early. We're going to talk about the NFL playoffs, what happened to these teams, the ones that are still fighting, who's going to make it to the championship round. We'll talk some UFC soccer, some Marvel rivals. Tune in after the intro. What's up, my beautiful people? It's your boy, Giojackson, back again with another live show. How's everyone doing today? Happy Tuesday. Welcome. As always, hopefully you're taking care of business, whatever you got going on. Keep pushing. I know you're going to come through it. As always, everyone, thank you again for being here. Always fun. But how's everything? What's new? How's everything? We're back. A lot of things going on in the sports world. Obviously, we got the NFL playoffs. We got soccer. Big UFC fight this weekend. UFC 311. 311. But let's jump into it. So, playoffs. Oof. What you guys think of the playoffs? I felt like not a lot of close games. Maybe the Commanders, Bucks. Other than that, I mean, my predictions, I went what? Out of the 6 games, 4 right, and I got 2 wrong. So we'll start off with Texans, Chargers. Always talk about Justin Herbert. We've talked about him being elite. Me, being a big fan of Justin Herbert, but 4 picks against his Texans defense. D'Amico, he came through, made those boys play. CJ Stroud, he had a solid game, good game for him. But man, Justin Herbert, when the lights shine the brightest, he did not pull through. And the talk was, so what I've been seeing right now, in the Twitter world, especially some Niners fans, is they talking. Obviously, we're eliminated. And as you guys noticed throughout the shows, I always start with Niners, right? And there's nothing to talk about for the Niners. But what they were saying, is that, Justin Herbert couldn't pull through. There's been a comparison that, is Justin Herbert better than Brock Purdy? And, they've been saying that, hey, Brock Purdy, in the playoffs, he's what? I think he's 4-2, made it to a Super Bowl. And look at these quarterbacks. Obviously, we'll get to Sam Darnold, but Justin Herbert, Jordan Love, Baker, they've all gotten paid, right? And they weren't able to they weren't able to do something, especially Justin Herbert. He had a great season, but, he had a bad game. And they're saying, Brock Purdy deserves that money. If these quarterbacks got that money, and Brock Purdy at least has gone to a Super Bowl, won a couple playoff games, he's deserving of that money. But I don't know. Wouldn't you think that maybe, and we've talked about this, if we play, Brock Purdy had the opportunity, obviously, this season to show us if he deserved it. His crucial game against the Rams, he didn't pull through, and that's why we're not in the playoffs. And Niners fans, we're not in the playoffs. Like, let's not be talking. Let's not. They're basically, basically celebrating these losses of these teams because the talk was, oh, these quarterbacks, they've had a better season than Purdy. Is Purdy even good? And now they're saying, oh, look at this. These quarterbacks can't even win. Let's be honest. Let's just be honest. If Justin Herbert, and I always say this, if he was on the Niners with these players, like, who did Justin Herbert have? Yes, Ladd McConkey, amazing season. He's still a rookie. But other than that, he don't really have much, especially with Greg Roman, offensive coordinator for them. His passing game is not that good. He relies too much on the running game. J.K. Dobbins had a good season, but it's J.K. Dobbins. It's not a Christian McCaffrey, Saquon Barkley. And I feel like if Justin Herbert was on this Niners team this past season, we make it to the playoffs. And if Brock Purdy was on the Chargers, I don't think they make it to the playoffs. But we would never know. We would never know. I don't know. I want to see Justin Herbert with weapons, what he's capable of. He might have just had an off game, but it does not look good. 0-2 in the playoffs. As for the Texans, that like I said, that defense played great, played good. 4 picks. Stingley, their defensive back, amazing. Now they're gonna go up against a obviously tough. The defending back-to-back Super Bowl champs, the Kansas City Chiefs. Not only are you playing Mahomes and Kelsey, but you're also gonna play the refs. So it's gonna be tough. We'll get into that later. My predictions on that. But good win. Good win for D'Amico. Happy for D'Amico making these boys play. What a great win for the Texans. I had chosen the Chargers because, like I said, I was a believer in Justin Herbert. He didn't come through for me. So that one I didn't come through. The next one, Ravens Steelers. Boy. And I got a question here. The fans ask, does Lamar get a ring this year? So I think this is Lamar's year. I think this is the year the Ravens pull through. They win the Super Bowl. They played against the Steelers team. It was a tough game, but I mean, the majority of the game, the Ravens, they took care of business at the end. Russell Wilson, he got a couple touchdowns, but the game was over, man. But having Lamar Jackson, well, I've been back and forth, but I think Lamar, he's going to be the MVP. He's a cheat code. Obviously, we know what he can do with his legs, but he can throw the ball too. And then you have a Derrick Henry who rushed for what? I think he rushed for like 250 yards. Monster. He's not only big, quick. He can stiff arm you, run past ball at you, run over you. This Ravens team, I mean, and we're spoiled right away because they're going to go against the Bills this weekend coming up. But I think they pull it through. I think they're going to go all the way, win the Super Bowl. I think it's Lamar's year. I think he gets his ring. They just look dominant. And the defense as well. The defense has stepped up tremendously. They were kind of iffy at the beginning of the year, but now, Kyle Hamilton, what a safety, man. What a defensive player. Him being obviously that, he's big for that position, but quick. He's just a cheat code back there. The linebackers, everything, their D line too. I think the Ravens they might go all the way, but as in this matchup, shout out to the boy Cheaty, but I called it. I thought the Ravens were going to handle business. They did. They got a monkey off their back, defeating the Steelers, who in past years has been their kind of kryptonite. So great win for the Ravens. And this one I got correct. I said the Ravens would pull through. Bills Broncos. Another amazing. I see. Can't wait for this matchup. Ravens Bills, but Josh Allen, man. I saw the throw he did. What an incredible. Like, I wish it would have been in the AFC Championship, but we get this a little early. But the Bills, they handled the Broncos, and the Broncos, I think they had a great season. Obviously, Sean Payton there, rookie quarterback. I think Bo Nix, he's only going to improve. Man, I saw a couple games of him. He had great games, but it was just a tough matchup going to Buffalo against this Bills team with James Cook, Josh Allen. Kudos to them. Experience earned, but I had picked the Bills. I mean, could there have been it started off, it was pretty close at the beginning. But then, when you have a Josh Allen, just changes everything. So great win for the Bills. Like I said, all these have been, they weren't really close. The Texans, Chargers, either or could have gone, but I mean, Ravens, Bills, pretty straightforward. Then we went with the Eagles, Packers. This one was, you could say, both quarterbacks didn't play well, I would say. Jordan Love, Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts is coming from injury, but Jalen Hurts has Saquon, has that defense, has that whole line. Jalen Hurts is good when, Jalen Hurts won't. How would I say that? Jalen Hurts isn't the quarterback that's going to put his team on his back. If everything's going good around him, he has the pieces. you're gonna win the game. He's not gonna make mistakes, but when he tries, when he tries to throw the ball more instead of running it, that's what causes issues. And we seen that last season. This season, though, they took care of business against the Packers. Do I see them going all the way? They could, but I don't know. I just don't think Jalen Hurts is like Brock Purdy. Like everything has to be good around him in order for him to succeed. We saw that a couple years ago. I mean, he had that whole line that was just a weapon, and he came close to beating Patrick Mahomes, but he made one mistake, fumbling that ball. He doesn't like to throw any. Like I said, I think the Eagles they know where their deficiency is. They don't want to put that on Jalen Hurts, so they'll rather. That's why they got the Saquon. As long as Saquon's healthy, if you can run the ball, have the possession of the ball more often. Bleed the clock, bleed time off the clock. It's gonna be a hard team to beat. And then if the defense is humming, especially going to Philly, it's always tough to play in Philly. As for Jordan Love, man, I mean, he had a couple two picks, I believe, this game. They also try to do the same thing, use Josh Jacobs, but I feel like the Packers they do have weapons. They have these young receivers, and I don't feel like they take advantage of what they have. Is Jordan Love, one of them elites? I mean, last year going to Dallas, that game I remember watching that game. I was like, dang, he good. But then he played against us. He made a couple plays, but then he made some crucial mistakes, and that's been the downfall for the Green Bay Packers. Where do you go with Green Bay now? Maybe a change up of coach. I mean, LaFleur, he makes his team play good, but he's always there. Yamarito, he'll make it pretty far, but they just can't get over the hump. Team is still young. They did lose Christian Watson. Maybe another year of experience. Maybe next year they could play better, but that division's going to be tough. They got the Lions. We'll see how the Vikings do, what they do. I don't know. I mean, like I said, these quarterbacks that just got paid all this money, they didn't pull through. Which quarterbacks are left? You would say the elite of the elite, right? Mahomes, Allen, Lamar. Then you got promising quarterbacks, Jaden Daniels, CJ Stroud. And then you have a good quarterback, Jared Goff, who again benefits from his team being amazing around him. Who else am I missing? Those are it. So and all from the what are there's most of them have already been paid. Two of them obviously rookie contracts. But that if you want to win a Super Bowl, if you want to get far, you need a elite quarterback. You need or a quarterback that's great in a rookie contract, and you can have this amazing team around them, like the Texans, like the Commanders have. So could Brock Purdy, come to the negotiating table with that? Say, hey, all these quarterbacks that got paid all this big money, they couldn't come through. I've come through. Now, the Niners, Stafford, yes, forgot about him. Sam, elite. I think Stafford's still good. He's still elite. He's won the Super Bowl. Makes you Rams upsetting the Eagles. My gut's telling me that. I don't know if I'm gonna when I make my predictions coming up, but my gut, I feel like something like that, something. But no, yeah, they're gonna play the Eagles. You're right. I thought it was Rams. I mean, I thought it was Eagles, Commanders. No, but Commanders are the lowest seed. Nah, the Commanders. Nah, I don't know. But the Ram. I mean, Matthew Stafford, the Rams defense, which I got a question here. I think he's trying to say is the Rams defense Super Bowl worthy? Can they make it? Yesterday's performance, I think they had 9 sacks against Darnold. An iffy Jalen Hurts could happen. Puka goes on fire. We finally get a. I'm looking forward to a Cooper Cup Cooper DeJean face off, white against white crime. That's gonna be money. But they could Stafford. He could do it. But now if the Eagles, like I said, the only thing is with the Rams, I don't think they have a good run defense. So if Saquon goes off, if that's the thing about Stafford, if they can get pressure on him, he kind of gets a little jittery. But I don't know. That's not a not a bold prediction on that. But where was I? We were talking, yeah, Eagles Packers. Then the night game, which I thought was the closest, Bucks Commanders. Oh, going forward, right? So I only missed Texans Chargers. Straight down over here, I picked the Ravens. They pulled through. I picked the Bills. I picked the Eagles. Bucks Commanders was the one where I went Commanders. I think, man, we saw Jaden Daniels on Sunday night, play after play, the plays he needed to do when it mattered. He delivered, poised with his legs, with Scary Terry, Brian Robinson Jr., Eckler. That defense is pretty decent as well. My boy Adam Peters, who used to be our assistant GM and the Niners, their GM now. He has a good team, and this team's only going to get better now. Are they going to upset the Lions? I don't think so. I don't think so. Going to Detroit, that place is going to be crazy. Those fans are crazy. I mean, they want that Super Bowl. I think that, I mean, the Lions, I believe David Montgomery's coming back. They're getting some couple pieces on defense back. They got the bye, rested. I don't know if Daniels pulls this off. Shit. We might be looking at the next him. But either way, I think impressive win against the Bucks. Bucks, they were a solid team. Mike Evans had an amazing season. Baker had a great season as well. Unfortunately, he had some mistakes, and this is what separates being a lead and being decent, right? The clutch team. And I don't think he had that. Defense was kind of iffy. But it was a close game. It was a good game. And congrats on the Commanders. Now, yesterday's game, Darnold, Stafford, Rams, Vikings. I called it. Called it all season. I mean, I picked the Vikings. This is my other L. But I said, I want to see Sam Darnold in a playoff game. I want to see Sam Darnold when it matters. Yes, he had an amazing season. And yes, for a while, he was making us believe that, not you, Chidi, my boy, Daniel, are you here? What are your thoughts on Sam Darnold? But when the lights shine the brightest, my boy Sam, Casper, the pumpkin, it struck 12 a.m. The pumpkin came back. And now Sam Darnold, did he cost himself some money with these last two games against the Lions and against the Rams? I think, some teams going to pay him, but I don't know I think he was going to, if he would have at least won this one, he was going to get a bag. But now I don't know if he'll get a bag. Quarterbacks, either way, he's still going to get a lot of money, but he potentially cost himself some money in these past 2 weeks. And now I think for the Vikings, it makes going forward the decision maybe easier. I mean, you go with JJ McCarthy. I mean, you drafted him in the first round, young. You don't got to pay him. You can keep building on this team, adding pieces. Obviously, they have the best receiver, Justin Jefferson, or one of. They have Addison, Aaron Jones, that defense. So it just makes the decision easier. Don't pay Darnold. Let another team pay for him. You go with JJ McCarthy. You run him back. I mean, this season, let's be honest, right? For the Vikings, we weren't expecting much. With JJ McCarthy, maybe like 9-8 at the most, 10-7. But once he went down, once Sam Darnold stepped up, I mean, most people thought this team was going to be 4-12 or something like that. Especially the week 2, right? They won against the Niners, or week 3. Us Niners trying to say, "Oh, easy, that we're going to get Sam Darnold. What is he going to do?" And they freaking beat us. So I think Vikings fans, keep your head up. You guys, I mean, amazing season. Nothing was expected of you guys. Everything was just extra. And plus, the benefit is, that talk about the Cowboys. We'll get into it, Bunny. Don't worry. Now you ride JJ McCarthy. Pause. Alberto's here, guys. Alberto's here. Hi, Alberto. I thought Ayuk was the best receiver in the NFL. I think Ayuk is the best receiver on the. Ayuk, I think, is the most well-rounded wide receiver in the Niners. But the best receiver in the NFL is Jamar Chase, Justin Jefferson. I think those two. Those two are the best. Definitely. Those two. Talk about the Cowboys. Let's talk about the Cowboys. Who's going to be your coach? Who's going to be your quarterback? I've been hearing, right? Pierce are the best, to be honest. There he is, Nappy. So, Darnold, we wanted to see the playoffs. We saw JJ McCarthy time, right? Or we run it back with Casper. Pearsall, he the best. He could be. I mean, they call him many men. Pause. Give me Tomlin. I was gonna say, so what about Dion? I think I saw who as expected, correct, as expected. I saw on the try with Daniel Jones. I think JJ McCarthy, man, give him a shot. Y'all drafted him, or is he gonna be y'all Trey Lance? How'd you see Trey Lance, Bonnie, on that last game on the Cowboys? But I heard Dion. I don't know if he'll do it. I don't know if it'll work out because we know who runs the show there. And Jerry Jones. Will he like? Because now the Cowboys, they're gonna be known as Dion's team, not Jerry's team. I don't think Jerry Jones likes that. But Tomlin, 49ers killed Trey Lance's career. They did, man. They meant. I mean, he probably. Hey, but at least he got millions of dollars to. Well, he probably played like 3 games. Fuck it. I saw today on IG he on vacation with his girl. Hey, I ain't hitting on that man. He living life. It is what it is. Football maybe I don't know. He could work at Cinemark. Hook him up, Bunny. Or wherever he wants to work at US Bank. I got you. But I think the Cowboys, they need Jerry to step aside and say, you know what, swallow his ego, his pride, get a coach that's no nonsense. Get a coach that ain't gonna be basically ain't gonna let Jerry tell him what to do, and that's how the Cowboys will get better. Because say what you want, Bonnie. I mean, the Cowboys, they haven't done anything in like 30 years now. Yes, I know the Niners, same as the Niners, right? We haven't won the Super Bowl, but we've been there. We've made noise. Yes, we've lost Super Bowls, but you guys haven't made a NFC Championship since '95. And it's always the same thing, Bunny. I mean, every year is our year. We them boys. Da 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 da. We making noise. Y siempre pasa algo. Y'all choke. I don't know. I think it. I mean, I'm sure as a Cowboys fan, you want to see them. I mean, look at me, a Niners fan. We've made all these NFC Championship, Super Bowls, and I'm always bitching at them, saying how they could be better. Why aren't they better? Fire Kyle. It's the same. Lance, the receiver, about to be a thing in the NFL, bigger than his brother. I've heard that his brother's actually pretty legit. Um, we'll see. Maybe next nine are great. Maybe they took the wrong Lance. But predictions. So divisional round. First one up, Texans Chiefs. Chiefs bye week in Kansas City with the black magic surrounding them with the refs. It looks very bleak for the Texans. I'm sorry. I think Chiefs They come up. I mean, they've made blood sacrifices, goat sacrifices. They've given up firstborns. I don't know what that team type of magic they've done, but they live to fight another week. Now, will this they win comfortably against the Texans? They take care of business. The Saturday night game, Commanders Lions. Again, I think the Commanders they put up a fight. They make it interesting, but I think the Lions at the end they pull through. Having Montgomery back, Jameer Gibbs, he ended the season crazy. A week's rest. St. Brown. I think we're going to see a lot of Sam Laporta too, taking advantage. They have weapons. The Lions. So I got Chiefs, Lions. Now, even though the Rams Eagles, I no, the Rams Eagles are first. The first game on Sunday. We're going bold. The Rams will defeat the Eagles. I'm taking Matthew Stafford, Puka, Cooper Cup. Now, have I given them Gio's kiss of death? But I'm going Rams. Rams defeating the Eagles. I think Jalen Hurts makes mistakes, throws a couple picks. They get frustrated. AJ Brown throws a tantrum. Saquon can't pull through. I got the Rams. The Rams with this magical run that they'll go. Now isn't that Hollywood, right? Rams, Lions, NFC Championship, Matthew Stafford going to Detroit. And if that happens, I'll give my prediction next week on that. If that happens. Finally, I think the game of the weekend. I mean, I think winner, potential Super Bowl champ, Ravens, Bills, MVP against MVP, Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson, Derrick Henry, James Cook in Buffalo, Lamar finally stepping up, taking care of business, and proving to everyone that he's legit. And I'm going with Lamar. I'm going with the Ravens. The Ravens will defeat the Bills in Buffalo. Lamar he solidifies his MVP on his way to Kansas City, to the throne, the evil kingdom that is the Empire, the Chiefs. That Ramsey made Vikings a 14-win team look soft. That Ramsey was cooking, like I said. If they're able to stop the run, which is the one thing that the Rams defense has been iffy, but if they're able to stop the run and they make Jalen Hurts start throwing the ball more, I can see it. That's why I'm going Rams. So I went Chiefs, Lions, Rams, Ravens, leaving the championship weekend as Chiefs, Ravens, Rams, Lions. We'll see if I get it right. Like I said, this past week, I went 4 of 6. I'm going 4 for 4. 4 for 4. Not 4-7. 4 for 4. Let's see. What one do we have? Football questions we do. What do you think of the Raiders firing their GM? Sorry, I mean, I think I think Tom Brady ain't here to he ain't playing. He wants to bring he wants to change the culture. He wants the Raiders to be better and has to be everything new. They got rid of Pierce. I think they're gonna get Ben Johnson, the offensive coordinator of the Lions, get an offensive mind in there. Now the only thing is a quarterback, right? Where the Raiders are drafting, unfortunately, I don't know. I think I haven't looked much into the draft, but I don't think this draft is going to be good for a quarterback. There's questions on, Shadur Sanders. I think Cam Ward is probably the better one, but I'm not sure. Maybe there's one that comes out of nowhere. But I think Brady will go Ben Johnson. Let's see what they do at quarterback. As for GM, I don't know. It's probably going to be, I think he's going to look for someone solid, maybe one molded in the Patriots way, bring structure. And it's time for the Raiders to start hitting on their draft picks. I mean, year after year, I mean, they hit on this one. Obviously, Brock Bowers voted All Pro, voted Pro Bowler. and then he did it with bums. I mean, he did it with Connor. He did it with Minshew. He did it with Desmond Ritter. Imagine if they get a quarterback with Brock Bowers. Other than that, I mean, the Raiders need receivers. They need running backs. Will Crosby come back? But I think the move was warranted. Time to make a new rebuild, new change in the Raiders. So, like I said, I think Tom Brady, he's going to turn it around. It's Tom Brady, man. I mean, he's the GOAT. Whatever he puts his mind into, he succeeds. He started off iffy on the commentary and he's improved every week. And I think he's been doing a great job this season. Not like at the end, when he gives his little Tom Brady awards to players. So Raiders are in a good spot. I don't want to say that. Hopefully they continue being ass and just being Raiders, but we know y'all Raiders fans, y'all celebrate Niners losses like it's y'all Super Bowl. But as Niners fans, we don't look down. We want you guys to succeed, be better. So hopefully that's the case. Um that wraps it up for football. Now we go to football. Um Not much in soccer this past weekend, right? I don't know. Oh, you're right. Real Madrid, Barcelona, Super Copa. No, actually, you know what? I have it written here, right? I saw Barcelona fans. It's just a copita. It's just a copita. Doesn't mean anything. Y'all parading like y'all won this Champions League. Real Madrid has what, like a bazillion Champions League. Y'all never gonna get there. So have this little win. They weren't focused. That's why Barcelona won. Let's be honest. I mean, Mbappe had a hell of a game. He had a great game. Start off with a banger, and that's why they wanted to give one. They basically, this is what they did. Madrid wanted to boost Barcelona's confidence, kind of like yesterday in rivals. We had a bad game, then we played a fluffer game where we all died maybe once, got our egos back up, and then that's when Real Madrid is going to capitalize. They'll capitalize once Barcelona's high on their horse, defeat them when it matters, and then say, "Hey, enjoy that Copa. Oh, you won the Super Copa? Ha, 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 that's funny." That's what happened. Nah, they won it fair and square. Super counter by Mbappe after Barcelona should have been 2-0. Okay, obviously, all facetious aside, Barcelona played well. They played well. They Barça, Parce, what's up, bro? Barcelona played well. They Lamille, Jamal again stepping up. What a goal! Rafinha, all of the above. Vinny didn't show up. Nah, Madrid is ass. Madrid didn't show up. Didn't show up. Vinny didn't show up. Barcelona played well. They played well, similar to how it looked the first time. Now, the question is, can Barcelona now finally get back on track how they were playing? Because I feel like I think Rafinha, obviously Jamal, but Rafinha, he's balling. He a baller. I don't know what happened, but it's time for them, to be consistent. Continue stacking these wins. Big win against Real Madrid, your rival. There's still a whole half of a season, and like I said, I just want it to be interesting. Interesting. Now, as for Real Madrid, devastating loss. What will Real Madrid do now? What will they use this as well to finish off the season strong? Because, like I said, this next Clasico coming up, that's one that's going to matter. Do or die. I want to see a good game because obviously I was looking forward to this game being back and forth, and it started off like that, and then Jamal, Rafinha, they could have scored more. Unfortunately, they got that red card, but they could have scored more. Galacticos or Nalgáticos? Nalgasticos. I'll come on your show and talk some shit. Haha. Saludos, viejo. Arriba las chivas. Arriba las Chivas for cheating always, but that's about it. Oh, speaking of Chivas, we have here. Hopefully, every week they drop this question, but chinga su madre la America. Always, I just got to put that out in the ether. But Alberto, what are your thoughts? Alberto, he's the one that when Real Madrid wins, he talks his talk, but when they lose, he's here and he accepts it and admits it. So, what you think went wrong for Real, Alberto? What was your thoughts? I just think key players didn't show up. They played bad. They they couldn't defend. The counters were pretty deadly. And like Jamal, he cooked. You got to admit that. Barcelona played with one man down, but it didn't even look like it. That's true, Alberto. I didn't even know. Where's the rat? It's he Tony. I don't know where he at. I think he working, but this is about to, you got to give props to Alberto. When they lose and when they win, he's here. He'll talk and he takes it. But Tony, he hides. Right now, he's focused. Like I said, right now, Tony, his focus is the Chiefs. His Chiefs are in the playoffs, dominating. He's Mahomes right now. But as for Madrid, I mean, he didn't even mention it. Well, we've been playing rivals. He never mentioned it. Hasta he even said, I didn't know they played. These are rat tactics. People like him that have these tactics, there's always an escape. They never lose. They just, my Seattle's ass, Chiefs. Cruz Azul lost, Madrid. Madrid lost. His go-to is always going to be the Chiefs. Madrid defense playing out of position, so you can't blame. Yeah, I saw that they blame Chouameni. Chouameni's just playing out of position. I feel he benefits being a defensive mid. I don't know. I don't know why they're doing that. Who's your Super Bowl winner? The Ravens. I'm going with the Ravens. 2026, who win the World Cup? USA. USA. They pull it through in America. They come through. No, I think they make some noise, USA. But my winner, I think, is too early. I think Spain is a definitely a candidate. All their players are going to be. I mean, by the time the World Cup comes, Jamal's not even going to be 18. Brazil's a good one, yeah, Brazil. But I think Spain. Did England file their coach, right? England, my boy Cole Palmer, he on Cole Palmer. But we will see what teams look like in a year. But I think the strong candidate is Spain. The Chiefs and Argentina go hand in hand. Similarities. Tony is a Chiefs and Argentina fan. These, like I said, the rat. I don't know if you're here, if you're working, if you watch this later, fuck you. Good win for Barca. Like I said, good win. Impressed by Jamal, Rafinha. Defense looked good. What's gonna happen with Araujo? I heard that he might get sold. You know what else? A rumor I heard for Barca. I don't know if it'll happen. That they're interested in a loan deal for Rashford. Pepis is against it. I don't know. It could work out. Maybe a change of scenery for Rashford might benefit. Usually, Premier League players that go to La Liga, they tend to play a little better, less physical, more touch. GG's. Chelsea, on the other hand, they played today, and my Chelsea keeps dropping points. They went up against Bournemouth, and they almost lost, but my boy Reece James came through at the end with a free kick to get us a point, but it's at home. But in this January transfer, there's been a lot of rumors that we're going to sell a lot of players. Diassi, I saw today in Kunku to Bayern. In return, we get Tell. George, I don't know if you're here. Talk to me about Tell. I really wanted it to work out with Nkunku. I think I don't know. I feel like we just haven't given him a chance to flourish with us. He was balling when he was in Leipzig. But maybe he's just not cut out for Premier League football. Maybe he benefits more in the Bundesliga. But Cole Palmer with another goal. But like I said, as long as we finish top four, make it to Champions League, I'll be satisfied. I'll be happy with this season. Last year was a horrible season, and yes, we were up there. We were up there fighting. Now we're fourth, maybe fifth now. Rafinha, next Ballon d'Or winner. I don't know. He gonna have to like put the team on his back. Maybe win if he can win the Champions League. Have a great, fantastic season in La Liga. But it's tough. I don't know, but I think he'll baller. Plot twist: almost registration is overturned, and Barca forfeits the title because they played an unassigned player. I thought London was red. London is never red. London is blue. No London team has won the Champions League, and Arsenal apenas can win games. England is red though with Liverpool. I will say. So whatever happened with this Olmo thing, I haven't heard much about it anymore. It's kind of hush hush now. Should the Warriors tank the season and go for a top pick next year? I think so. I think what I've been hearing, right? The Warriors, they've had a little bit of, they started off high and now they're in this downfall, right? I don't think they should make any moves right now during the trade deadline. Paquet. I think they should save themselves for the summer. Better players are always available, and it's time to make some decisions with some players. Kuminga, obviously, I think he's out for a couple weeks. Do you pay him? Do you build your team around him? Or do you just build your team around Curry for what is left, which is probably maybe at this point, what? Maybe 2 more years, three? Build what you can, maybe get one more ring with him. So a lot of decisions to be made. And I think, yes, I think they should definitely because if they are a playing team kind of in the middle and they don't make it to the playoffs, right, then it kind of messes them up with draft, picks. They won't get a starting player in the draft, right? Because I think in the NBA, if you don't have those like top five, top 10 picks, right, pretty much everyone else is kind of like a role player or something. I think so. And I think in the summer is when they should start buying and selling. Not right now. Because right now, let's say you do kind of go all in, shooter hasn't worked out, you get another player like that, and you don't make it to the playoffs and you gave up assets, and now you don't have assets to do anything in the summer. I think they should just wait. And yeah, kind of just it is what it is, lose out. Try to get a good pick. Because if you hit on one, that changes everything in the NBA. Any more sports things before we get to the fun part? Sports, going once. Go. Oh, we're not done with sports. Sorry. UFC 311 this Saturday. Okay, so it's been a while for the UFC, man. I've missed it. I've missed those Saturday night for the boys. What a card. Starts off with Kevin Holland, Rainier Ritter. Don't know much about Ritter, but I know much about Kevin Holland. Always fun fights. Always entertaining fights for sure. Finishes with finishes. The other guy, he's only lost twice, but I'm going with Kevin Holland, my boy. So I got Kevin Holland on that one. Then we got Dariush versus Money Moicano. For a while, Dariush was up there, contender, potentially for the belt. Has gotten a couple losses. I think recently got knocked out. Going up against Money Moicano, always entertaining. On kind of a win streak. If he's able to win, top five. So on that one, I'm going Money Moicano. SN Nottingham Forest deserves their flowers. Up there trying to do. I was saying that too. Third place right now. Making it. Nottingham Forest. They have more Champions League than Arsenal. Never forget. But yeah, man. If they make it to Champions League, that'll be a big accomplishment. But unfortunately, with teams like this that have great seasons, next seasons, all the top teams start taking their best players. So if they're able to stick together, yes. Now we get to the meat and bones of this card. Jamal Hill, GD Prohashka, light heavyweights. Obviously, this fight was supposed to happen earlier. Injuries. There's been a lot of back and forth. Basically, them telling each other, "I got knocked out less than you got knocked out by Alex Pereira." Winner of this fight, obviously, is gonna fight Alex Pereira. Chama no chama. Pound for pound right now. One of the pound for pounds. Uh, I got I got Yiri. I think Yiri pulls through against Jamal Hill. Jamal Hill lately está cayendo mal. He just seems like a sore loser. So I hope Yiri can pull through. So I got Yiri on that one. Co-main event for the bantamweight title: Marab versus Umar Nurmagomedov. This one's I think it's gonna be a good one because they're similar. Obviously, Umar Nurmagomedov, they're scared. They're little Terminators, and you know what their game is all about. But unproven, has we haven't seen them face off against solid opponent. I mean, good opponents, and this is his big test going up against the chap who Marab. Say what you want of his style. He beat Sehuro, Sugar Show. I think he beat Sanhagen. He's had good wins. Um, but I don't know where I'm leaning on this one. I like Marab, but is Umar one of those, like I said, like Islam? I'm gonna go Marab. El Chelsea bankrupt Madrid. Learn how to spell, Victor, please. I got Marab on this one. I'm going Marab. Main event: Islam versus El Sarkisian. Sarkisian. They faced off before. Sarkisian they were both starting off, but I don't know. I think Islam takes it. I think Islam's a monster. I don't know. It was pretty back and forth when he did face Oliveira, El Sarkisian, but I thought Oliveira won that fight. Maybe it was 5 rounds. I think he would have won that fight. It's just Islam's a monster. Islam on the floor. Even now, his hands, I learn how to read in English. ESL as dude, like the rat. You versus Vic, what venue? If me versus Golden One Center, it could be in Golden One. If me and Vic, it'll be easy work. And this is how it'll be Vic. I will admit, Vic, he has heavy hands. He probably does have heavy hands. I'll give him that. But I don't think he's quick enough. I don't think his head movement is there. I would just use my jab, keep my distance, set him up, and he'll get tired out. That's how I see it coming. Now, if we did mixed martial arts, I mean, it's game over. I've already choked him out. My ground game is he wouldn't be able to do anything. I'm stronger, I'm faster, better looking. I mean, it's easy work. So whenever Vic wants to, it's always there. Okay, pause. I meant like, that's what I meant, but okay, I'll give you the pause. Before the weight loss, you lost weight? I'm coming back. But like I said, get to whatever way you want to get. I want you to be at your best. The Chelsea. I can't let him get close. Do whatever you need to do, Vic. Train. I want you at your best because I don't want no excuse when I do it again. At 205, perfect. No problem. Because I don't want to hear no excuse. The excuse a couple years ago was that I didn't choke you out and then I choked you out. Pause. But now the excuse was it was in Tony's floor. He had to get it remodeled. We made a dent. I broke my ribs. Da, 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 da. Fine. But it's up to you. I've been adopted by the real legends. That's nice. Cool. Obrigado. He paid. He paid today. He finally paid. The metal ring at Red Warren was the first lucha. Oh, the one by the skate park? True. But yeah, I mean, Vic, whatever you need to do. I still think it's easy work. If it's boxing, easy work. I just gotta watch out. Like I said, you can catch me, then it might be lights, but you gotta catch me. If it's MMA, UFC, it's over. If I can incorporate kicks, I don't think you can even lift your legs that high, Vic. So it is what it is. I don't look down, I look up. That's why Vic always hating, because he got to look up to me in real life and in everything. So we move. But those are my predictions for the UFC. Where are you guys going to watch them? Can't wait. Saturday for the boys. Okay, we're here. What I've been looking forward to, Mr. Avalos. I can only respect the ones with the letter C on his first name. Ha 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 ha. I would rather see the Sumo Gio versus Vic. También at anything, bro. Hasta if we wanted to do Rakishi. Yesterday you were popping out, Bunny, with them WWF clips. Pull up to the crib for the fights. Send the invite. You have my number. So you know I'm gonna watch him here. Giovanni trying to see y'all in diapers. Is it because Giovanni's foreshadowing something? Is Giovanni the next dad? Ya sigues, Giovanni. Ya sigues. Okay. Yeah. Fuck you, Vic. What I've been looking forward to all day. And when I'm off this live stream, what I'll be doing. How are you liking the new season of Marvel Rivals? I'm loving it. The new characters are a little broken. Mr. Fantastic, impossible to kill. That man, he's a DPS, but he has some tank in him because when he is able to become bigger, pause. It's so hard to hit, man. It's just like he just keeps coming, pause. It's just hard, man. Pause. But I like it. It brings new types of characters into the game. And Sue Storm, I know Pepe's you've been using her. A couple of the guys have been using her. She's pretty OP. That invisibility, all that she has, her healing, some of her skins. I'm liking it. And what I saw today actually is that every month and a half, they're going to be incorporating new characters. And I saw a list of some of the leak upcoming characters. Obviously, there's Professor X, Deadpool, Blade, a couple characters I've never heard of, but I'm liking this game. The next question here is, are we addicted to Marvel Rivals? Yes, we are. I'm having dreams of this game. It has cured my depression. It has cured my alcoholism. This game has done wonders to me, and this is all I think about. I don't go out anymore. I just go to the gym, go to work, and I play Marvel Rivals till like 3 a.m., 2 a.m. It has brought together a group of guys from different types of cultures, and we all focus on one thing, and is to, get to the objective, or yell at each other, and then give props to each other. So I gotta, I'm enjoying this game. I cannot wait to play. I know everyone feels the same. Spoilers, I gotta log off for a second comings. Have a good night, Vic. But where was I? We are addicted. I'm addicted to this game. I just on YouTube. I've been having dreams that I'm Moon Knight. The moon haunts you. I feel like I have different personalities, like Moon Knight, Mark Spector. Yeah. No invitas to play. I bought a play portal. When Pancho yells at Tony, those are my favorite moments. Just Tony. This is what I'm saying. Tony in general. Babani, we play with your brother, Alfredo. Download it. If you got a PS5 or anything, we on that shit. But that's my favorite moments too, because Tony, he thinks he popping off. He thinks, oh, I'm a healer, but let me be in front of everyone so I don't heal anyone, and then be like, no one's helping me. I'm trying to get the objective by myself. And then Pancho comes in and like, Tony, what are you doing? What are you trying to do, Tony? You're a healer. You're supposed to be behind us. No one's getting the objective. I'm the one doing it. And then, we point the fingers at Tony because he sells. But when Tony's on, he's on. Then you got to give him his props too. Well, there's some games where he's on. Which leads to the question of who are your starting six in Marvel Rivals and what characters would they use? So Marvel Rivals is a team of six. So I'll break it down. Gio, the new Cambios de Guerra. Let's see if you remember that one. Cambios de Guerra. Gio, the new Cambios de Guerra. Changes of War. Let's see if you remember that one. No me acuerdo, güey. Refresh my memory. My top six. So Pancho as Doctor Strange. I've seen this man block different alts with his shield with Doctor Strange. Obviously, he's the most experienced out of all of us coming from Overwatch, introducing us to this game. So that would be Doctor Strange. I'll go with Pancho. Obviously, Pepis. Pepis is his best with Mantis, I would say. But Iron Man as well, either or. Whatever he wants to do, it's up to him. So I will go with Pepis. He you could say he's the like on the field, right? If you fuck up, he's gonna say you're fucking up. Gio, you have one kill. What's going on? Step it up. All right. Ponte las pilas. And then, he'll tell Tony, you're fucking up like always. What are you doing? He'll tell Jose, change to Penny. So he's kind of like the coach on the field. Then I gotta have Jose as Penny Parker only. Please, Jose, right now. I'm looking at the camera, Jose. Just go with what you're good at. I know it's a game. You're trying to have fun. You're trying to experiment, but Penny Parker, please. And yesterday we were all telling you this. Penny Parker, stick to it. Me, then I would choose myself because Moon Knight, that's my character. Yes, I messed around with Loki and Luna Snow, but I know my lane. My lane is Moon Knight. The moon haunts you. I've perfected that character. So I'm going Moon Knight. So I got what? Pancho, Pepis, myself, Jose. I gotta have Tony in there just for the shits and giggles. And yes, he's a good healer. I'll give him that. He is a great healer. But for shits, the next two players are shits and giggles. And the last one has to be obviously, Alfredo. Oh, what? What? I see the chats here. No Josh, no Josh, no Josh, no Josh. What? How can you not say Josh, 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 Josh? I don't know. It's just Josh. Josh. Just because he's funny. Just because he's funny. And then he would be Thor. But I mean, there's people obviously that Alfredo, he's a good Scarlet Witch. Bonnie, your brother. See, no Josh, no Josh, no Josh, no Josh, no Josh. No Josh as Thor or Punisher. But yesterday, with Thor, you were getting it down. But I mean, you're still a Punisher player. But Punisher it's like wearing, it's who you start off with is the training wheels character. Fredo's good healer too, though. You know who's a good healer? Josh's little, what is it? Nephew, cousin, cuñado. He's good as the shark. But I know probably people that don't know what Marvel Rivals is like, what the hell is this guy talking about? But download it. I told you last week. If you would have downloaded last week, you would have already been a week better. So right now, download it. I want to stream it so you guys can see all the fun we have. I'm enjoying it. I love it. I love that game. I don't think I've ever had so much fun playing one game. Which leads to the who are your Marvel Rivals kryptonite? Great question again. Don't tell. Don't tell Nene? Don't tell a Nene. Okay. Iron Fist is one, but Spider-Man, especially for me as Moon Knight, players that are close range to me, because I'm at a distance, right? But when the Iron Fist comes in and I gotta get away, but I don't know, man, this is Iron Fist, you fly away, but he's still attached to you. That fool can float. Spider-Man, obviously, with the webbings, he can pull you back. Those two, and the I always forget her name, but the bitch with the sword. Freaking hate her. I hate her with a passion. She always kills me. Those are my kryptonites. Those three, and a good Black Panther. If the person is a good Black Panther, they hard because they be like zigzagging. But those four, and those have similarities. They're all close range, great counters to Moon Knight. Um, but now, if they don't know how to use the character, easy kill. Because those characters, especially Spider Man and Black Panther, they're very hard to learn. And once you master them, it's a whole different ball game. Now, from an Orioles, I played once and I had them Tony stats slightly worse. I was rocking Wolverine and Venom in the mix, aventando putazos. Then they learn. It's fun. I feel like you would enjoy it, and it's not typical shooter. Um, we're having a great time. Great, very great time, as Donald Trump would say. Now, some other characters that I've heard that for me, I don't really mind, but Scarlet Witch is one because she's a character that you don't need a skill to use her. She literally you point and she'll shoot right at you. I know some of my teammates have had difficulties with her. Um, Jeff the shark, just because of his all, because he'll eat you, but he's very weak, but he's also very annoying because you're trying to get the objective. You thought you got it. You get eaten up, thrown off the map. I saw a crazy combo today actually where Jeff eats all the opposing characters. He throws it up to Scarlet Witch, and Scarlet Witch does her all and kills all of them. That was pretty cool. But I would say that it's another annoying character. I think those are the top five. Top five annoying characters. Oh, you need skill, but if they have a good Hawkeye, another annoying character because he's one shot. He gets you one shot and GG's, man. And Hella too. But you got to hit your shots. But Groot, if they know how to use Groot too, he's just. I feel like you can't kill a man. Or Reed Richards, Mr. Fantastic. They have unlimited ammo, especially when Groot is carrying the shark or Rocket Raccoon and is constantly getting healed. Very annoying. But that does it for Marvel Rivals. Like I said, check it out, guys. If you guys haven't, y'all get addicted. Y'all gonna get addicted. Any wives and girlfriends, boyfriends out there, I'm sorry if your significant other starts playing this game and just decides to divorce or break up with you guys. It's out of my control. But neither here or there. Any goals you want to achieve this year? I just want to continue just having my routine, sticking to them. Obviously, there's things come up some days, but just having your consistent things that you need to take care of, which is, hitting the gym, making time for different people, having everything, straightforward. I think that, but like a specific goal, I don't know. I just want to continue what I've been doing. It's been working. Maybe career wise, yeah. Trying to see what my next steps are for the next 5 years. I think maybe setting little goals for that bigger goal. Or it could be just getting married and having kids, right? But no, I mean, if we're talking just goals in general, paying off my car this year. I want to just pay that shit off, not worry about that payment anymore. I'm almost there. And just maybe get to a certain weight. If we want to do that, the 220s, definitely. That would be one. Would you rather live in, and now favorite time, the Bonnie questions, I gotta, JK. The Bonnie questions. Would you rather, I see a typo that I did. Would you rather live in the past where you know how your life was, or in the future, but you don't know how it will be? I think, technically speaking, right? I mean, we're kind of living in the second scenario because we're living in a time where we don't know what our future is going to be, right? And we just kind of go with the flow. So I think I would choose living in the past and knowing how things play out to my benefit, right? Investing in certain things, betting on certain things, knowing that when I made this decision, this is what happened, and maybe doing something differently. I would say, but I think all of us would choose that, right? Especially like investing in Bitcoin or betting on underdogs and building a fortune like that, starting your own little empire. I would say that. If you could be one famous person in history, who would you be? Hmm. Michael Jordan, being the goat of the goat, or Tom Brady. But even if you're Tom Brady, I mean, you're the goat of the goat. Everything, you accomplish everything. Your wife still leaves you for some freaking tennis instructor. So I don't know about that. Maybe Leo DiCaprio. I would be Leo DiCaprio. Amazing actor. You're dating girls only that are under 25. What more would you want in life? XRP is the way out of middle class. Michael Blackson, the goalkeeper of the Pachuca Calero. Yeah, it would be probably those. Maybe I would want to be. Yeah, I would choose those. Who would you guys choose if you could be one famous person in history? Your starting XI of best players you have seen play. Goalkeeper. Probably going to be biased. Now, goalkeeper, I'm going Neuer. Right back, Dani Alves. My center backs are going to be center backs will be Maldini, got to be one of them. And my other center back is going to be, let's go wild card. I like Van Dyke. He's just all around quick, tall, strong. Van Dyke and Maldini. Abraham Lincoln, Bill Clinton. Abraham, who you think is still Chelsea Clinton? Abraham Lincoln 2-1 on the Black Fridays. Abraham Lincoln, John F. Kennedy 50, like Swiss cheese, hit but still standing. Puyol, Ramos. I was going to go there, but I'm going to go Van Dyke, Maldini. Left back, I'm going to go with Marcelo, definitely. No John Terry. I was going to say John Terry, but Maldini, Van Dyke, I feel like that's pretty solid. Dani Alves, Maldini, Van Dyke, Marcelo, even though, all right, so my center defensive mids have to be defensive because Marcelo and Dani Alves going to move up. So I'm going to go Kante, definitely. Kante. Need another box to box. Kante, and I would go with Kante, Xavi, Kante, Xavi, Kante, Xavi, Lampard as my midfield. I'll make it work. And on top, Messi, got to be one. CR, Messi, CR7, the two goats, even though Messi's goater. Messi, fuck. Messi, Ronaldo's going to be my 9. And I got to get my boy Dino in there too. Got to have my boy Dino. That CDM looking like he needs to be Rodri, but don't disrespect Kante, man. Kante, he takes care of business. He takes care of business. De Bruyne's gonna be my box to box, and Xavi's is gonna orchestrate that midfield. But yes, not they're not going to be too physical. That's the only thing. I might have needed to go another defensive minded midfielder, but I'll take my chances. With Messi, Ronaldo, CR7, and Ronaldinho, game over. Now, R9, that's the thing with R. You said that I've seen, right? R9, yes, I did see, but at the end. I saw all of CR7 and Messi's careers, so I'm going to go with them. Ronaldinho is the reason I love football. Conte, I mean, I think obviously biased to Chelsea. I could have added some Chelsea boys. You're right. I could have put maybe Drogba in there. Definitely. Ibra. Kaká. There's a lot of players I missed out. And the defense, right, we could have gone Puyol, Piqué, Rafa Marquez. But, these are always, these top 11s and stuff is always Pogba. Yeah, I mean, Pogba, it's just Pogba. He didn't have a long run. He had magical moments. And you can't who's your first sub? If my midfield's getting cooked, I gotta put some midfielders up in there. So yeah, my midfield's getting cooked. I'm gonna go with trying to think. Yaya Touré. Yaya Touré, I forgot about it. Yaya Touré would be a good solid. Him and Kante. No, Sisu. You're right, man. I always forget Sisu. I forget him. But Sisu gotta okay. I'm gonna go. So if I take out De Bruyne, put Yaya, and if Hobby gets a little tired, fuck. Don't forget about Andres Guardado. If I had to pick a Mexican to be on my team that I've watched, got to be Chicharo Super Sub. Chicharo Super Sub. Even Raul, no. No, I said Rafa Marquez. Yeah, Rafa Marquez. He could start on this team, Rafa Marquez. That boy, he was special. Rafa Marquez, he was special. Giovanni Dos Santos, he don't make it. I already had my all Mexican team. He made it, but this is that I've seen XI. He don't make the cut. He might make the JV squad. Starting 11, the dirty players. Tanque. Shout out my boy Tanque. No, Gattuso gotta be in there. Materazzi gotta be in there. Pepe, he's my captain for that team. El Piojo Herrera, he in there. He make it. Diego Costa. Enzo, he the best midfielder in the Premier League, but he ain't making the all XI. No Man U player, huh? Or you could say Ronaldo, right? But he shined in Real Madrid. He didn't shine in Man U. As a Man U, is irrelevant. But that's my list. Controversial, I know. I probably missed some players, key players. Like I mentioned Ibra. Ibra was magical too. Ibra, Hazard. I would definitely put Hazard on my bench. Yo Herrera versus Pepe. Man U is irrelevant. Exactly. But Hazard, when he was on, Hazard. And you know what? I'll have Cole Palmer on the bench para que aprenda con los grandes, porque va a ser grande. Cole Palmer. Shout out to my boy Enzo Palmer Sanchez. Hopefully you're watching the show. Shout outs to Hema as well. Birthday coming up soon. Couple weeks, right? Next week or something like that. My boy Alexis Cañas' birthday. Happy birthday, Alexis Cañas. Hopefully you're celebrating well. Friend of the show. Any other January birthdays I'm missing? Probably not. But I think that wraps it up for today's show. Thank you guys again, as always, for being here. And I ask for you guys to like, subscribe if you haven't subscribed. We've been stuck at 92, 7 away from 100. We always keep it 100. Share, Let your people know, let your baby mamas, let your side chicks, let your boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever it is you got. Let them know about the hottest show on Tuesdays. Thank you guys for stopping by, everyone. Appreciate it. Have a great night. Peace out. We on, we on.